Welcome to the Denver Coliseum for another Friday night of gymnastics. Hello, everyone. I'm Leandra Riley, and this is our final semifinal matchup for you here on ESPN. Let's take a look at the brackets. First, for the women, of our 6 semifinalists, 2 have advanced to the finals. This is our third and final matchup between Wendy Bruce and Marna Neubauer. On the men's side, our field of 12 was first paired to 6, and our 2 finalists already are Lance Ringnauld and Mark Warbutton, and now it is up to Mike Williams to take on Patrick Kirksey for the third and final slot. And here to talk about gymnastics is an Olympic gold medalist, Bart Connor. And Bart, let's first talk about the men. We have a tough matchup between Mike Williams and Patrick Kirksey.
This will be an interesting pairing, actually. Mike Williams is a lot of fun to watch. He can do a lot of tricks, but he doesn't have the
Oh, the fastest man on stage. World Cup skiing, the men's downhill. Friday night at 8 Eastern, only on ESPN.
Mike Williams and Patrick Kirksey are really close together after one rotation. Patrick Kirksey has a 0.2 of 1 point lead, 9-8 to 9-6. The women have yet to compete. They are going to begin on the vault, where Wendy Bruce will vault first, following Marna Neubauer. Now, Marna Neubauer will get an opportunity to see the scores that Wendy Bruce achieves. Each vault will be scored separately for Wendy. The first vault will be tallied, then the second vault will be tallied, and the higher of the two is the score that will carry as her all-around performance.
Wendy is a very, very powerful vault. Wow. Tremendous distance on that vault, and actually, I know she could even do it better. She's doing the Yurchenko full in the laid out position. Watch her hands. They almost are off the back of the horse. She's way out there, and she's really does a good job at turning that into an incredible score. Watch this round off, and you can see here, she's just, her hands just about off the backside of the horse. She keeps her body laid out, does a full twist, and nails the landing.
9.85 the score for that first vault, and we call that making chicken salad out of chicken feet, because her hands were not on that horse. How she did that, that defies description.
She, in fact, trains with the top gymnast in the U.S. right now, Brandy Johnson, down at Brown's Gymnastics Academy with Kevin Brown. They're good vaulters. Oh, that's...
There you see Kevin Brown in the background.
That time she got her hands on the horse and she got a good square push. But I have to admit, coming off the first vault where her hands almost completely slipped, she wasn't worried about making and nailing the landing this time. She was just worrying about getting a good push as she did there. Straight body, full turn, one hop.
Ironically, her second vault received a score of 9.80. So it is the score from the first vault that is going to carry 9.85. A nice way for Wendy Bruce to start the semifinals of the 1989 U.S. Challenge. Her opponent is Marna Neubauer, a young lady who is new on the gymnastics scene. She is just 14 years old. Marna Neubauer is coached by Al Fong.
They have a very strong program, the Great American Gymnastics Express in Blue Springs, Missouri. Okay. Now that was a Yurchenko vault in the laid out position. She didn't do the twist as we saw Wendy Bruce attempt. Once again, it's a round off onto the board. Back handspring onto the horse. Good, clean, straight body position in the Yurchenko vault. Watch the hand placement, just right on top of the horse there. That was about right. Actually, the gymnasts want to have their hands on the board side of the horse so that they can use a little bit of the angle of the curvature of the horse to get a good solid block to get them up in the air. That vault, by the way, has a maximum value of 9.7.
She received a 9.45. Here's her second attempt.
A little bit better that time and a great landing.
The score she wants to beat is 9.85. Interestingly, she's 5 feet 4 inches tall, kind of long for a gymnast.
Good position that time, a little bit better push on the horse, good straight body position. This time, she was farther from the horse, and of course, that's one of the things the judges are looking for, height and distance from the horse.
Marna Neubauer, 14-year-old gymnast, born in Independence, Missouri, trains with Al Fong at the Great American Gymnastics Express.
She says the bars is her favorite event. She scored a 9.25 in the preliminaries. Cast handstand. Reverse hex. Good job. Straddle back to the low bar and a toe on, toe off. I like that combination. Nice giant. 2 giants in a row. And a tuck double back. Good landing. That'll score pretty well. Although she did leave out one of the requirements. The judges need to see a change in direction, and she did not do that. She needs to do either a half or a full turn to fulfill that requirement. She did not do that. Here's the opening move. Cast a handstand. Reverse hecht. Just right. And then this straddle back to the low bar. Very nicely done, and she goes right into the toe on, toe off. That's a good combination. But keep in mind, she faced this direction the whole routine. She did not do any turning. Although she finished with a good giant to a tuck double back, the judges will make a deduction from the composition requirement that she did not do any turns.
Wendy.
Marna Neubauer began her gymnastics career at the age of 7.
Come on, Wendy. Come on, Wendy.
She is currently a freshman in high school at St. Mary's High School in Blue Springs, Missouri. And now you're looking at Wendy Bruce, who is waiting for Marna's score before she can go.
I'm sure the reason why it's taking long for the score is the judges are discussing the fact that she left out one of the requirements. There you see Sharon Weber, the head judge there.
And we've just been given the score for Marna Neubauer. It is 9.30.
Go, Wendy. Come on, Wendy.
And that'll give the green flag to Wendy Bruce. She is 16 years of age.
Once again from Brown's Gymnastics, Wendy Bruce.
She's been in this sport for 9 years. She too began at the age of 7.
She has a really hot routine. In fact, she does a reverse hecht at the beginning here. That's just about the best one in the world. It is so high and technically so good. Watch this. Cast a handstand. Here it comes. That's incredible. Very nicely done. Cast right back up. Giant. Half turn down to a front or a Jaeger, and it reverses to the low bar. As you notice here, she's done some turning elements, 2 half turns to this point, so she did fulfill that requirement. But look at the power on the giant swings and the high tuck double.
Boy, she rotated around quick on that double.
She really is exciting to watch. I like her style. It's fast and it's aggressive. Very impressive.
She sure has been consistent on ESPN. We saw her win the mixed pairs, and now we're watching her do a good job here.
Look at the height on that reverse hecht. And she does a good combination here. She casts a handstand, giant over the top, and then does a half turn through to a Jaeger. 2 really hot release moves back to back. And once again, she finishes with a powerful giant as she crosses the top, sets up a tuck double back. A little sloppy in the air. Looks like she could crank for a triple flip.
And the judges awarded her performance quite generously, and she deserved it. 9.775 for Wendy Bruce on the uneven parallel bars. Kirksey leads Mike Williams by a 1.85 margin. On the women's side, after 2 events, it is .775 Bruce over Neubauer. And right now, the women have moved to the balance beam. The men have rotated to the vault. Up first is Wendy Bruce. Wendy Bruce was born in Plainview, New York. Her family now resides in North Lauderdale, Florida, but she trains and lives away from home at Altamont Springs.
Her mother recently, in fact, quit her job as a computer programmer and has moved up to live with her in the Orlando area so that she can help support her in her effort to be the best gymnast that she can be. Nice move. Switch leg split leaps. Here comes her acro series. Back handspring, layout. Nice. The judges need to see acro series like she performed there, acro elements like that layout. They need to see work down low on the beam as she's performing there. As well as the all-important full turn, which every gymnast must do.
1989 Belgian Gymnastics. She finished second in the all-around.
She does a lot of good tricks. You can see here she does back handspring to a layout. But I don't feel that the exercise was complete. The dance elements weren't incorporated very smoothly into the exercise, although she continues to just blast away with big tricks. And what a nice tuck double back finish.
The judges give Wendy Bruce a score of 9.6 for her balance beam performance. Again, she is .775 ahead of Marna Neubauer heading into this third event. Now, Marna Neubauer has the luxury of training at home. You had mentioned that Wendy's mother was moving in to help Wendy out. I asked Wendy, what is the most difficult part about living away from home? And she said, you just don't get rides anywhere. The coach tries to help you out, but you want to maybe go shopping or go to a party or just do something, and you hate to impose on your coach. So she's glad her mom's there for at least chauffeuring duties.
Boy, Marna got off to a good start with a round-off layout on. Series of leaps. There's a front handspring. Very difficult landing because when you're flipping forward like that, the landing is blind. But flipping backward, of course, you get an opportunity to see the landing before you get there. There's a good layout.
Wide, 4 feet off the ground.
Layout full. That is a really tough series at the end of the routine to put 4 acro elements together in a row. Quite a few girls use this series here, flip-flop layout, in the early part of the routine, but very few set it up right into the dismount like that, the back with a full.
Boy, that's putting all of your eggs in one basket.
Once again, it's back handspring.
This lady, she is on floor exercise. You're looking at Marna Neubauer. She trails by 0.8 of a point. If she does a solid job, that puts the pressure on Wendy Bruce to hit everything. By Marna Neubauer, the 14-year-old young lady from Missouri.
She didn't really have the exercise packed with difficulty. Her first tumbling run was a good, clean, tucked double back. She's just a junior, however, and she'll, I'm sure, improve here. She needs to be doing a pike double back, a laid-out double back, or a full twisting double back. But you can see she has the proper mechanics. She'll get better as she gets a little bit stronger. Her second pass was good. This is a front handspring, front flip-flop to a front flip with a full. Just a little short there as she finishes with a cartwheel. And her last pass, once again, is a double full. When she gets a little stronger, she'll want this to be a double backflip. But needless to say, that was still a clean double full.
The score for Marna Neubauer for that routine, 9.50. Now, we have seen in other competitions where the leader has needed every tenth of a point going into the final round. Wendy Bruce has an 0.8 of a point lead. She'll need an 8.725 to hang on to the all-around title.
Wendy, of course, trains with Kevin Brown at the Brown's Gymnastics Academy. Her training partner is Brandy Johnson, one of the most powerful gymnasts I've ever seen. Oh, wow, that was an easy pull-in.
And, of course, she'll get a chance to compete against Brandy Johnson and Lisa Panzeroni in the finals, and that's what she's fighting for right now.
She opened up a little early on that tuck double.
That's where those 0.8 of a point are going to help her out.
This is a very, very springy mat. It seems like just about every few years, AAI, the equipment company, comes out with a mat that's just a little hotter, a little springier. Easy double full.
The leader by 0.8 of a point had trouble with one of her tumbling runs. We'll have to see what the judges say.
Her opening run, she really barrels across there. It's a round-off back handspring full in. What rotation. She finishes this so easily. Look at her just drop out of the sky. On her second pass, note she had a little trouble. Keep in mind, she got in trouble overdoing it, not underdoing it. She was so high and she flipped so fast that she...
100.
Mike Williams received a 9.65 on the high bar, but it was not enough as Patrick Kirksey had a commanding lead, and he is our third and final finalist in the championship rounds. For the women, it was Wendy Bruce, our third qualifier. She defeats Marna Neubauer 38.55 to 37.925. Wendy Bruce and Patrick Kirksey are now with Bart Connor.
First of all, congratulations, Patrick and Wendy, for making it into the finals. After the first round, you said you weren't pleased. It was a lot better today, especially with the 9.6 on beam.
Yeah, I did a lot better on beam and bars, but I messed up on floor this time.
Now, what are you going to do to improve that?
Well, I just didn't give enough on my second pass, and tomorrow I'll give it all I got.
Well, best of luck in the finals.
Thanks.
Patrick, things have been rolling smoothly for you. You qualified through the first couple of rounds pretty easily. Now you're in with the big boys in the finals, Lance Ringnauld and your teammate, Mark Warburton. How does that feel?
Well, it's going to be a change from what I'm used to, just because I didn't feel I had that much pressure on me. But
what are you going to have to do in the finals?
I'm just going to have to concentrate on doing my routines and not pay attention to the other guys. You know, I need to go out there and hit like I've been doing. If I can do that, I'll be really happy.
Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Leandra?
It's time for us to say so long to Marna Neubauer and Mike Williams. They were eliminated this day in the semifinals, but we'll get a chance to see Wendy Bruce and Patrick Kirksey again. Bart and I will be back with a final thought. The semifinals are now over. Wendy Bruce joins Brandy Johnson and Lisa Panzeroni in the finals. On the men's side, Patrick Kirksey will now face Lance Ringnauld and Mark Warburton, and you can watch these three gentlemen fight for the gold medal honors on August 4th, beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when Lance Ringnauld, Mark Warburton, and Patrick Kirksey will fight for the gold medal at the 1989 U.S. Gymnastics Challenge. For Bart Connor, I'm Leandra Riley saying so long from Denver, Colorado. Colorado.